Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Warandrawati Kusuma, and I'm majoring in English School, and I'm in Upsi Chungkari. So today, in this project classroom management, I will do some explanation. There are three topics, and the first topic is about teaching tolerance. So the first, I will explain about definition of tolerance. Tolerance. When some use the word tolerance, they mean the first definition we find in the dictionary is recognition of and respect for the opinions, practice, or behaviors of others. However, it is important to understand that respect here means not veneration, but the avoidance of interference. Without this clarification, the definition of tolerance comes to be viewed as a gushy acceptance of just about everything someone says or does. Some even go so far as to define tolerance as the embracing and celebration of the opinions, practice, or behavior of others. So, that's explanation about definition tolerance. And next, introduction to teaching tolerance. So, teaching tolerance involves educating students to respect, accept, and appreciate the diversity and difference of others, including their cultural, religious, racial, and personal backgrounds. It encompasses fostering an understanding of and empathy for diverse perspectives and equipping students with the skills needed to interact positively and constructively in a multicultural world. And why is it important to teach tolerance in school? So, teaching is the most important profession not only because it gives rise to all other professions, but also because of the direct impact teachers have on the future of the world. The goal of teachers everywhere is to prepare their students with the skills needed to experience future success, which this means that teachers must intentionally teach them skills to communicate and collaborate with people from a variety of backgrounds and culture. So that's why teach tolerance in school is so important. And there is a importance of teaching tolerance, the first promote social harmony. So it's mean like give a encourage positive interaction and relationship among students from different backgrounds. And next, reduce prejudice, help combat prejudice and discrimination by fostering understanding and respect. And next, enhance learning. It means like create a supportive and respectful learning environment that benefits all students. And the last, prepare for global citizenship, like equip students with the skills and attitudes needed to navigate and thrive in an increasingly diverse and interconnected world. Next, strategies for teaching tolerance. Okay, so there are four strategies for teaching tolerance. The first, be culturally competent. So the first thing educator must do before attempting to teach students tolerance is to understand and challenge their own bias related to race, class, gender, birth country, sexual orientation, age, and religion, and stay informed of issues confronting members of marginalized population so that personal biases are confessionally challenged and hopefully eliminated. And the next strategy is classroom engagement. Many, many teachers work with their students at the beginning of the year to develop a classroom agreement. Statements about behavior the class agrees are necessary for everyone to learn and to excel in the classroom. This achievement almost always includes a statement about respecting others. Take time to discuss what this means and intentionally ensure that students' understanding of the word respect extends to include respecting difference in race, gender, and religion. And the next strategy is a calm smile. So, students likely do not understand just how much people who have experienced intolerance have to hide their true feelings. And can ask students to draw a large smiley face on a piece of paper and tell them to crumb the paper just a little every time you say a statement that they feel is wrong to say or about someone. Students have from their paper into balls, and then you can ask students to unball the paper and smooth out the wrinkles to the best of their ability. And this exercise encourages empathy by giving students a visual representation of just how much intolerance hurts others. And the last strategy is we are unique. Okay, in these strategies, you can ask students to specifically provide words related to the difference in shape, size, color, and the others of people's head, torsos, and legs or feet. Then, divide the class into thirds and assign one third to draw head with necks, one third to draw torsos, and one third to draw legs with feet. Randomly assign trials to put together one person. And after students have gotten a good love of how unique their new newly created person is, and you can ask them to point out a difference between themselves and the other members of the group that they like or admire, and have a world-class discussion about respect and what is okay and beneficial, and even for people to have a variety of attributes. And the last is conclusion. So, teaching tolerance in classroom involves creating an inclusive environment where students feel valued and respected regardless of their difference. By using these strategies and research, educators can help students develop empathy, understanding, and respect for others, and, and can leading to a more inclusive and diverse society. So, this is about this is explanation about teaching tolerance, and the next topic is about helping students handle anger, frustration, and aggression. So, first, definition of anger, frustration, and aggression. So, what is anger? Anger is a normal, healthy emotion, neither good nor bad. Like any emotion, it conveys a message telling you that a situation is upsetting, unjust, or threatening. If your knee-jerk reaction to anger is to explode, however, that message never has a chance to be conveyed. And this is a normal part of growing up and being human. Sometimes feeling angry can be a helpful sign that something's not okay with us. It can also give us the strength and energy we need to challenge or change something. Anger can boil over for all kinds of reasons, especially when we're tired or stressed. It is also a common reaction to situations that feel unfair, unsafe, or out of our control. This can be the case when a student feels betrayed in the family, like their parents separating or someone dying, and it can be experienced bullying or abuse. And the last, experience discrimination like racism, homophobia, or ableism. And what is frustration and aggression? Frustration is an emotional response to obstacles that impact one's goals or desires. It often occurs when someone feels blocked from achieving something important to them. And for aggression, is a behavior that is intended to cause harm or injury to another person or object. It can be a response to anger, but can also arise from other emotion or motive. So that's about definition, anger, frustration, and aggression. And next, effects of anger, frustration, and aggression. So uh, there are four effects can be a problem. The first makes them feel overwhelmed and happy or bad about themselves. Second, get expressed through physical aggression toward other people. And the third affects their relationship. And the last gets expressed through harmful behavior towards themselves, including self-harm. And the effect can be like physical health. So, constantly operating at high levels of stress and anger makes you more susceptible to heart disease, diabetes, a weakened immune system, insomnia, and high blood pressure. And it can be a mental health. A chronic anger consumes huge amounts of mental energy and cloud your thinking, making it harder to control or enjoy life. It can also lead to stress, depression, and other mental health problems. And the last, relationship. Anger can cause lasting scars in the people you love most and get in the way of friendship and workplace relationship. Explosive anger makes it hard for others to trust you, speak honestly, or feel comfortable, and is especially damaging to children. And the third this explanation is how to handle an angry, frustration, aggression student. Okay, there is a for the first, breathe deeply. In my opinion, taking deep breaths breaths is the best way to calm an upset person of any age. The person must comply with the request to once you get your first complaint request out of the way, say to the student, let's focus on our breathing. Encourage the student by counting in for 10 seconds and out for 5 seconds. If they continue with the first breath, repeat the process until they are calm. And the next, validate feelings. Never tell an angry person that they have nothing to be angry about. I granted things will make most angry people angrier. Typically, angry students are being irrational. Is it not necessary to agree with students' anger to validate it? Simple, tell the student, I bet that would make a lot of people angry. You cannot reason with an angry student. You must drain off your anger first and then talk about it to the next time. And next, encourage conversation. Recognize that the student is upset and ask what is troubling him. If the student tells you the issue, encourage them to give details. This, this allows the student to vent some of their anger. And the last, express concern. Discuss what happened with the student. Tell the student that their behavior is contrary to you. Do not use this time to lecture. If you start to lecture the student, they will shut down almost instantly, or it may lead to another angry outburst. Make consequence logical and restorative, not punitive. If the students make a mess, have them clean it up. if the student said something hurtful, have them apologize. And then the conclusion, managing anger, frustration, and aggression in students requires a combination of instructional, environmental, and behavioral strategies. By teaching students effective coping mechanisms and providing a supportive environment, educators can help students develop better emotional regulation and social skills, leading to a more positive and productive learning environment. Okay, so that's explanation about uh, helping students handle anger, frustration, and aggression. Okay, and the last topic is about destructive behavior. Okay, destructive behavior. Destructive behavior is refers to action or behaviors that interfere with the normal function of a classroom, workplace, or other social environment. This can include a wide range of behaviors such as verbal outbursts, physical aggression, or other forms of misbehavior that disrupt the flow of activities and create a negative atmosphere. So, that definition about destructive behavior and what causes destructive behavior. There are a number of reasons why students may behave in this way. Some of the influencing classroom factors to consider are as follows. Uh, First level, some students might find the lesson too easy or too difficult, which can result in a disengagement with the text you have prepared. Some students may not feel challenged enough and therefore withdraw from the lesson because they're bored or frustrated. And next, catering for everyone's needs. Is your classroom inclusive? Or sometimes bad behavior can be a result of the teacher's inability to meet all the students' needs. And next, your classroom. Is the sitting layout suitable for your learners? Is the room too hot or too cold? What's the noise level like? Is it too high that it distracts students? And the last, group size and composition. So that's the cause destructive behavior. And next, signs of destructive behavior in a classroom. Destructive student behavior can take many forms. It isn't just fighting or growing speed. It might start small with fight and whining, talking to peers, or reducing participation by putting their head down. Beyond investigation, it may escalate to wandering the room, interrupting, bothering classmates, and so on. And destructive behavior can fall into the following categories. The first is attention. Students struggling with attention might fetch, wander, play with items on their desk. This form of disruption is rarely intentional. If the work is above or below the student's level, it may be hard to focus. Students might also struggle with executive function that make sustain attention challenging. And interrupting, interrupting listen. Children might shout out answer, talk over you, whisper to classmates, make a frequent excuse to leave their desks, or be deliberate noise. It can also include inappropriate behaviors such as outbursts, yelling, swearing, and the others. It can happen when a student feels excited, enthusiastic, distressed, or angry. Ultimately, there are various reasons for this behavior that you should dig deeper to uncover. Mhm. Aggression. Another form of classroom disruption includes hitting, kicking, shoving, spitting, and other forms of threatening behavior. Young children are still learning how to cope with big feelings and address conflict appropriately. They can often let those big feelings get the best of them, leading to physical altercation. And the last, not cooperating. It's mean like student might simply ignore your direction while argue or talk back. So that's destructive behavior is design and how to handle destructive behavior. So to handle destructive behavior, dealing with destructive behavior can be emotionally draining and hinder the destructive students and their classmate learning experience. Therefore, providing teachers with support for managing destructive behavior is essential. One of the most effective ways to support teachers in managing destructive behavior is through professional learning. Professional learning can help teachers develop effective strategies for managing destructive behavior, such as setting clear expectations, creating a positive classroom culture, and responding appropriately to destructive behavior. And therefore, to handle destructive behavior, the first clear rules about what is acceptable and what is not. Be careful to express rules in a positive way rather than making a list of do and don't and make it in an exercise that involves the students so that they understand the purpose of the rules. You could do this by asking students to make posters, which can then be displayed on the wall in the classroom. It's always a good idea to review the rules regularly and ask students to evaluate them. And next, learning students learn is highly important. Show an interest in the student live outside of the classroom. Finding out a little bit about their backgrounds, their interests, and tracking them as individuals will not only help you understand them better, but also help you prepare lessons that are relevant to their interests and needs. And next, support and strategies. If you think your student has a learning difference, talk to them and try to find out how you can support them. There are strategies you can work on together to help both you and the student. And the last, uh, build a team atmosphere. Encourage students to work more collaboratively and solve problems together. So that's the way to handle destructive behavior. And the last, conclusion. Managing destructive students' behavior is a significant challenge for many teachers. In addition, destructive behavior can be emotionally draining for teachers and handle the learning experience for destructive students and their classmates. And managing destructive behavior in the classroom requires a combination of strategies and tools. By establishing clear rules and expectations, give the support and strategies students, and using positive reinforcements, teachers can create a more positive and productive learning environment. So that's the last explanation topic. It's about destructive behavior. Okay, uh, part two is about solving the problem, and there are three problems. And problem one, Mr. Johnson is a 50th grade teacher who has been teaching for over 10 years. This year, he has a student named Alex who frequently displays aggressive behavior. Alex often interrupts lessons talks back to the teacher and sometimes even becomes physically aggressive toward his classmates. Mr. Johnson has tried various strategies to manage Alex's behavior, such as setting clear rules and consequences, positive reinforcement for good behavior, and speaking with Alex privately to understand the root of his aggression. However, despite her efforts, Alex's behavior has not improved significantly, and the question is what classroom, what classroom management techniques can Mr. Johnson intend to address Alex's aggressive behavior, provide at least three specific strategies, and explain how each one could have improved the situation. So, uh, we can use the strategies like restorative circle, conduct restorative circle, where Alex and his classmates can discuss issues openly. The focus should be on understanding the impact of Alex's behavior on others and finding ways to repair harm. And the benefits from use these strategies, restorative circles can help Alex understand the consequence of his action, build empathy, and improve relationship with his peers. And the next strategy is social emotional learning, like empathy and perspective and taking incorporate activities that promote empathy and understanding, such as role-playing exercise where students act out different scenarios and discuss how they would feel and respond. And benefits from these strategies, this can help Alex develop empathy towards his peers, reducing aggressive tendencies by understanding the impact of his action. And the last strategy is positive behavior intervention and support data collection and analysis. And collect data on child behavior and analyze it to identify patterns and triggers. And benefits for this use strategies is this help Mrs. Johnson understand what might be causing his aggression and develop target intervention. So that's the three types, three strategies that can use to techniques for Mrs. Johnson. And the next problem, Mr. Smith is a seventh grade math teacher who has noticed that several students in his class frequently engage in off-task behavior during lessons. These students often daydream, chat with classmates, or use their phones instead of focusing on their work. Despite Mr. Smith's attempts to redirect their attention and provide engaging activities, the problem persists. This off-task behavior is disrupting the learning environment and affecting the, the overall performance of the class. And the question, what strategies can Mr. Smith use to increase on-task behavior and decrease off-task behavior? Provide at least three specific strategies and explain how each one could have addressed the issue. Okay, so there are three strategies. So we can use the strategies. The first, structure and engineering lessons, like varied instructional methods. It's like you can use a mix of instructional methods such as group work, interactive activities, hands-on projects, and technology integration to cater to different learning styles. Benefits uh, for the use these strategies, uh, engagement can capture students' interest and keep them focused, reducing the likelihood of text behavior. Varied methods can also address different learning preferences, making lessons more appealing to all students. And the next strategies classroom management techniques like nonverbal cues. Use nonverbal cues such as eye contact, hand signal, or a gentle tap on the desk to redirect off text students without interrupting the lesson. And the benefits for the use these strategies, nonverbal cues can subtly and effectively address text behavior without drawing undue attention to the student or disrupting the class. And the last strategy is positive reinforcement and accountability. So use a system of rewards for on-text behavior, such as prize, points, or small privilege. Recognize, reco- recognize and celebrate students who demonstrate consistent on-text behavior and benefits these strategies. Positive reinforcement encourages good behavior by acknowledging and rewarding it. This can motivate students to stay focused and engaged. So that is strategies for problem two. And the last problem, Miss Brown is an eighth grade English teacher who is facing challenge with a student named Jeff. Jeff frequently exhibits destructive behavior in class, such as talking out of turn, making inappropriate comments, and distracting other students. Despite Miss Brown's attempt to manage the behavior through verbal warnings and setting change, Jake's behavior has not improved. This disruptive behavior is affecting the learning environment and making it difficult for other students to concentrate on their work. And the question, what specific strategies can Miss Wong implement to manage Jake's disruptive behavior? Provide at least three strategies and explain how each one could help address the issue. So the answer is we can use the strategy positive behavior support. Behavior contracts. It develop a behavior contract with check that outlines specific behavior expectation that reward for meeting those expectations and consequence for not meeting them. This contract should be created with checks input to answer his buy-in and the benefits. The strategies the strategy promotes accountability and provides clear guidelines for Jack's behavior. By involving Jack in the creation of the contract, he will feel more responsible for adhering to it. And the second strategy is proximity and non-verbal cause. Use proximity control by positioning yourself near Jack when he starts to exhibit destructive behavior. Use nonverbal cues such as a gentle touch on the shoulder or making eye contact to remind him to stay on task. And the benefits from these strategies can quickly and quietly redirect Jake's behavior without interrupting the lesson, minimizing disruption to the class. And the last, restorative conversation, like hot regular one-on-one restorative conversation with Jake to understand the reason behind his behavior and to help him reflect on how his actions affect others. Use this conversation to set goals for improvement and the benefit. This approach fosters a sense of responsibility and empathy in Jake, helping him understand uh, the impact of his behavior and encouraging positive change. Okay, so that's all the strategies that I use to solve the three problems, and I think that's enough for my explanation. And I am apologize if there are any mistake. And thank you for watching. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.